One other thing for you on Palin. Remember she said, I took that, they had a jet for the governor of Alaska, and I said, thanks, but no thanks. And I put it on eBay. Sam Stein of Huffington Post, great reporting. He's like, well, you know what? Let me look into what happened there when she put it on eBay. One, did she actually put it on eBay? And two, what happened? So it turns out she did put it on eBay. That one wasn't a lot, right? It turns out it costs about $20,000 a month to just maintain the jet, even if you don't use it, right? So she did right by trying to get rid of it. But, you know, apparently it turns out that states do this all the time. They have all these, they have boats, they have helicopters, they have ships, and they sell them all the time. And in Alaska, they've been selling them on eBay for the last 5 years. So before she was governor. So it's not like Palin was like, I got a great idea. Let's put it on eBay. Okay. Now that's going to come back to her slight credit in a second, right? But when she says, I put it on eBay, she did that because that's what Alaska's been doing for the last 5 years. It has nothing to do with, it wasn't her idea, right? But it turns out it was a bad idea because it sat on eBay for 3 months and they couldn't sell it. Why? Who buys a jet off of eBay? Okay. Turns out it's a terrible idea. And they're like, they come to the government, they're like, hey, we lost over $60,000 in the last 3 months, and nobody's buying this on eBay. You know, it turns out there's companies that sell private jets, and they might be able to sell it for us. She's like, really? Oh, I didn't think about that. All right, maybe we should try to do it that way. And they tried to do it that way, and lo and behold, they sold the jet. But by the time they sold the jet, they sold it for $600,000 less than they bought it for, and it had been a whole 8 months, including the eBay debacle and eventually the private guy who sold it, right? So that was another $160,000 at least in charges that they accrued if they had found an efficient way to sell it right off the bat. So you combine that for a $760,000 loss for the people of Alaska. Boy, she really knows how to manage. What a great governor of Alaska. I took the jet and I put it on eBay! Later I found out it was a terrible idea. Cost the taxpayers nearly $1 million. My bad. That's the part they didn't tell you about.